Hello everyone and welcome to Iron Seas. Now this is a very cool server which is pretty much the only server I play anymore because of how unique it is. Now it is very difficult to get started, but as soon as you catch on you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. So this is just a video to show you how to get started. So in this video I will show you how to sail ships and fly planes and drive some tanks. So let's go ahead and learn how to sail some ships. Now when you first log on, you'll spawn right back where I did, and if you want to just immediately sail a ship to see how you like it, just go over here and right click this sign that says select, and you can select either this ship or this ship when you first log on, which is pretty cool. You can also get those two. So these are the public ships. If you don't want to build your ship and you just want to use these pretty much, these are still very good ships and you'll like it. So what you want to do is, for your first time, do warp west docks. Now, there is plenty of warps. As you see, there is 3 docks. There's east, west, and south. Now, south docks are where people normally go to battle, so for your first time driving a ship, I would suggest coming to west or east. Now, you're going to want to click down here and hit the sign that says spawn ship 1, and your ship will spawn. Now pretty much, if you build or just use one of these, you can spawn it however many times you want, but you have to pay for it. When you join, you should get $50,000, as you see, if you do /bow, but yeah, I've used a lot of my money. So what we're going to do is you're going to launch the ship by clicking the ship sign right there. Then your ship move, what you're going to want to do is right click and it'll show you how fast your engines are going. Right now I'm going at full speed, but what we need to do is, well, what we could do is go into gear 2, and that will just make our ship go twice as fast as gear 1, I'm pretty sure. The ship sign you need, if it gets blown up you can't teleport back to your ship, which is important. And the helm sign, if this sign does get blown up, then you're going to want to have an extra helm sign on your ship somewhere. We have the radio. The radio basically is just a command to speak to other ships if you're not in the same faction or something. So you can say like ho, I guess, and it will just show up on the radio, and that's pretty cool. And the sonar will show you if any submarines are around, because there's also submarines on this server. Now as you see, there are weapons on this. Now here's the anti-aircraft gun, which is pretty cool. All you have to do is right click it with nothing in your hand and point it towards an airplane or something and you can fire. This will do damage to wool, slabs, wood, and a bunch of other stuff. It won't do too much damage to ships. I mean, it will take off the iron bars, but not all ships do have those. So I guess that's pretty cool. If we come down here, there's the engines. You have to have those on your ship or else it will not work. Another helm sign, gasoline, and buoyancy. Someone misspelled that. Okay, and let's start on the cannon. Now, the cannon is one of the most important parts to a ship, or else you're just going to be pretty much a sitting duck. Now, what you're going to want to do is left-click the dispenser. Now, the more times you click it, the more power. It goes up to power 4. So basically, if it's on all the way 4, then this thing's going to have some range. But if it's only on power 1, then this thing's not going to go very far. Now, if it's mid-range, I would keep it on power 2 because it can still go pretty far, but it can also, go pretty short. So that's how you work the cannon. Now if you right click this, then it will rotate your turret, and yeah, basically you can shoot any enemies anywhere. Now that is it for the cannon. Okay, now to steer your ship, what you're going to want to do is either find the ship or helm sign, and you're basically going to have a golden sword. This is basically your helm. So let's say if I want to go left, I'm going to point my sword left and right click. Okay, and how to turn is basically like this. You find a helm or ship sign and you right click that, and then you point the direction you want to go, and you're just going to right click. And it will take a minute for it to do it, but then it should turn. Okay, and there we have it, the ship turned. Now, if you ever fall off your ship or just died in the explosion or something, you can do /ship.tk, which will teleport you straight back to your ship. And And so what you can do if you want to use a public airplane is do /warp and find where it says public aircraft, and it will teleport you there. So these are the options you can do. All these are pretty good. Okay, and what you're going to do is right click the aircraft sign and shift, right click, and there we go. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is you just took off the runway. Now I forgot to mention that if you point up and right click, it will say up elevator, and what that is going to do basically is just make your plane rise a bit higher, and you can do right click down for neutral and another right click and your plane will start to go down. Same thing like the ship. If you want to turn, you just look to the direction you want to turn and right click, and it will say rudder turning left. And what's cool about the planes is if you're at the helm and you basically have the sword, if you left click, it will fire the AA guns, which in my opinion are pretty cool. And welcome to Shipyard. Now this is where you can build your ships, basically to go battle, sail, or do whatever. Now there are some rules to this actually. If you come over here, when you first start, this will be your rank, so you can claim one ship 1 and one hangar 1. Once you rank up, you can rank up by actually sinking ships or shooting down planes. Basically, the more blocks it has on it, I'm pretty sure, is the more rank up points you'll get. So once you rank up, you can get a tank 1 and one ship 2, basically. So the blues are ship 1. So this is what you're going to start out with. It's a pretty good sized plot, actually. And yeah, so basically you can build whatever you want in here. How you claim it is, this one's mine. So you're going to want to go up to like a sign that has words on it, like this one. Or you could do /shipyard open ship 1, and it will take you to 1. And you're going to want to right click this. So you can get one of these, basically, and one of the hangars. So let's say you're building a plane. Now only you can build the plane, basically. Only you can use your plot unless you add a member, which I'll explain in a different video. So what you can do is build a good ship that can go fight, basically, that won't sink very quick. There are a few things. Let me go show you my other ship. Now these things are, you have to have air pockets or else the ship will sink, basically. And let me show you, this one's also my ship. We can go down here, break this, and you see I have air pockets down here. So the ship will not sink, basically, because blocks do weigh a certain amount, and if it's too heavy, your ship's just going to sink right in docks. So that is it for basically how to build a ship. Okay, and another thing is engines. You have to have engines or else your ship will not move. Now here's basically all the signs. There's where you first spawn in, so you can just come over here and check them out. Now I'm pretty sure they do have to be capital letters when you're doing it, or else it will not move. Now for ship 1s, these ones right here, the gasoline 2, will do perfectly, basically, but each engine you make, you're going to want to have a different number. So let's say you have 5 gasoline 2s. Your first one is going to be 1, like you see right here, and the second one you're going to put 2, and so on and so on. And that will conclude this tutorial on how to get started on Iron Seas. If you liked what you saw, please check out the server. I will have the IP either floating across the screen now or in the video description. And thank you for watching.